Hi guys, they were taking a look at a Wi-Fi camera, so details are in the description below, including purchasing links. So this particular system is from Reolink and it's a 5 megapixel camera on this, has pan, tilt and zoom. Zoom wise it can go up to 5 times optical zoom on this, has dual band Wi-Fi support, so both 2.4 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi. You've got color night vision, it's got smart detection, it can detect people or vehicles, has a built-in siren and motion detection, together with two-way audio. So we'll be setting it up, testing it out, and seeing how well it performs. So let's begin by opening up and see what you get in the packaging. In the packaging, you get a manual which is multi-language, you get a declaration of conformity document, some stickers to inform people video surveillance is an operation, and a template for mounting purposes. You get 5 raw plugs, 5 screws, and an Allen key. You get an Ethernet cable and some fixtures to allow you to make the Ethernet cable connection to the camera watertight. There's 2 Wi-Fi antennas. There's a power adapter and an extension cable for the power. The output on the power adapter is 12 volts, 2 amps, 24 watts. Has a DC connection point on there. And the cable on the power adapter is 148 centimeters. The extension cable length is 4.5 meters, and combining the 2 cables together, you're getting about 6 meters of cable length for power. And finally, onto the camera. Dimensions wise, the height here is about 20 centimeters, and from the wall point here to the end there is about 22 centimeters. Length of the cable coming off the back is 60 centimeters. You've got 4 cables from there, an earth connection, power connection, reset button, and a connection point to plug in Ethernet. It doesn't support power over Ethernet, but you can plug in an Ethernet cable and connect it directly to your router. The area over here, all white, has a matte finish on there and is metal construction. You've got the location of the Wi-Fi antennas, easy to place them on, you just screw them directly on. That's how it looks with the antennas attached, and they're about 17 centimeters in length, and there is some flexibility there. Taking a look at the lens and floodlight area, together with the sensor on there. Coming around the back, you've got the speaker. So as I've said, there's two-way audio on here, and then coming down below, you've got a micro SD card slot, and it can support cards up to 256 gig. The lower part is all of plastic construction, but strong plastic. At the back, you've got 4 screw points for mounting, and there's a slight notch here for installation purposes. Obviously, you could install it going directly into the back of a wall, so you don't have to use a notch area, or you could have it coming straight down and the cables plugging into a box where you can connect them all up. You've got their logo on the front there, and general build quality of the camera feels really good. Let's install a micro SD card. Just involves opening up this area, and the card slots directly in here. Now, the good thing about this system is it can work standalone, or you can get it connected to a Reolink NVR. But by having the card in there, if you did have it connected to an NVR, gives a good backup option in case the NVR was ever stolen. Let's make a start at setting up the camera. I've plugged in the power and I've plugged in an Ethernet cable, and you need to plug that in the first time you're setting this up. Now, coming over to my Android phone, the app you're after is Reolink. I've already got it installed as I'm using Reolink systems in my home. So let me go into that. This is what you're initially presented with, and clicking on the plus, we just need to scan in a QR code that's just above the camera there. So it's picked up the camera, and the first thing you need to do is set an admin password. So it's really good they're doing this, so it secures the camera straight away. So let me enter in a password, click next. We need to name the camera. I'll call it PTZ camera. Next to that, now we can select our Wi-Fi network, and I can enter in my Wi-Fi password. Save to that. Now it's picked up the SD card in there. We just need to format it now. So next to this, and click OK. So initialization's finished now. Let's click finished. And there you go. It's up and running now. It's connected on Wi-Fi. So if I take the Ethernet cable, unplug that, and click on the camera, click the play, there we have it, up and running. Now let's run through the options you have available. So looking in settings, you've got the camera name, model, and the storage that's used. Going in there, basic details about the camera, consisting of IP address and firmware details, etc. Back from there, then you've got network. This is the Wi-Fi network it's on. Display, and looking in there, you can flip the image, put it back. Quality on there, tells you the resolution details, anti-flicker, that's what you have in there. Then we've got day and night, and looking in here, the camera's set on auto, meaning it will flip between color and auto depending on light levels. Back from there, brightness levels, take that up. It's a bit too extreme, let's take it back down again. Camera name, you can hide it if you wanted to, or place it in different corners. The date, that can be placed in different corners or hidden as well. Reolink watermark can be removed too. And then you've got a privacy mask. So if the camera was looking into your neighbor's garden, for instance, or into your neighbor's area at the front of your home, that can be masked off. And it's simple as just drawing the area on and then hitting save. Back from here, that's all the options you have there. And then coming back, you got device volume. So built-in siren on there, we'll take it to maximum. Get about 93 decibels, so pretty loud. So back from here, detection alarm, so detection zone. So you can set a zone which you want detection alerts for. For instance, if you had a tree in the distance and that was moving around, you didn't want alerts when that was moving, that can be accommodated with this. Back from there, sensitivity levels can be changed, smart detection. So this is for person detection and vehicle detection. Back again, object size, filter out detection objects by size. So going in there, you can set minimum and maximum for objects to be picked up by this. And it's just a matter of just drawing it onto the screen there. Back from there, auto tracking. So once it's picked something up, it can auto track it. Back from there, then we have camera recording, and you can turn off the option of recording directly onto the SD card. And you'd probably do this if you had it connected to an NVR. Then you've got schedule. You can set up a schedule when you wanted the recording to take place, and you can disable it during other times if you wanted. There's a post motion record duration too. These are the default values in there, and by default it's set to overwrite footage when the storage is full. One option I noticed that's missing from here is the continuous record option. So if you were looking for a device to continuously record, this isn't the one for you as a standalone device. Back from here, push notifications, so you can receive notifications if something's happened. Next, we've got push schedule. Clicking on that, you can have different detection types for which you want to receive a push notification. So at the moment, it's any motions. If I turn on person, I can turn off any motion, or just have it on vehicle and then turn off person. So very flexible. And then you can set a schedule for when you want to receive these notifications. Back from there, email alerts can be sent as well. Siren sets it off. If I go in there, you can turn it on, and this will set off the siren if motion's detected. Time lapse, so you can create a time lapse with this. Cool feature to have on there. Looking in the settings for this allows you to overwrite existing time-lapse files if the storage is full. Back from there, back again, and then you've got advanced standard stuff here. So user management, you can have multiple users on this. You can change the date and time. FTP uploads available as well if you had an FTP server located somewhere. You can disable audio recording. I personally think it's a good idea to have on. Infrared lights can be changed, so going in there, you can leave it turning off. That way it will try to record in color. Back from there, and spotlights, so it will turn on spotlights at night for higher picture quality. Going in there, you can set schedules and even have it turned off permanently. Back again, and then you've got reboot, restore. Back from there, and then finally delete the camera. Back again, and looking on the options here, got 3 dots. Channel selection is when you've got multiple cameras, you can flick between them. Day and night, this is where you can flick between those options. And then immersive, see all the cameras together. Picture in picture, this is quite a useful one, so you can have it running in the background as you're doing other things on your phone, for example. And then standard stuff below that. So you can pause the stream, play it again, you can enable audio so you can hear what's going on. So let's turn that on. Test 1 2 3. Test 1 2 3. Test 1 2 3. Picks it up pretty well. Next, you've got snapshot. You can take a picture of what's happening. Then we can initiate a record, and that will record directly on your mobile. Picture quality can be changed. So it's at fluent at the moment. That's the lowest resolution. Then you've got balanced. Then you've got 5 megapixel. So that's the highest resolution on there. Between landscape and portrait view, let's come back. And then looking on here, same options below, but you've got the PTZ functionality. I can move it directly from here. I'll show this more in detail later. Back from here, then we have the PTZ options on here too. And then looking at the top and then closing that off, you've got the talk facility. So there's 2-way audio on this. Clip, so you can focus in on a certain region. PTZ again, and then playback. You can play back any sort of recordings that have been taken. And that's it. That's all the options you have available on this. Let's test out the motion detection capability of the camera. Now going into settings, detection alarm, you've got the auto tracking capability on here. Now the first thing is if I put an object in front of the camera, this is one of my camera stands, and you can see the white indicator come on at the corner, indicating it's detected motion. If I take it away, dot goes away, meaning nothing's happening. So that's motion detection working. Now if I attempt to put my hand in front of the camera, there you go. It's picked up a person. And if I quickly move my hand away, it doesn't follow through. So speed is quite important here. So if someone ran past very quickly, will it be able to keep up? So first of all, if I walk out in front of the camera, you can see it's keeping up. If I quickly move, kept up for a second, and there you go, it's lost me now. So So if there was very quick movement going on, it's not going to be able to keep up. Let's see if the camera can distinguish between a person or a teddy. So I've got my Cartman character here. If I bring him out, it's thinking it's a person. So obviously it's picking out certain features, and that's how it's identifying it as a person. So it wouldn't be able to tell the difference between the two, which is fair enough really. And if I quickly move it away, there you go, it's not following through. So it's just slightly slower movement it can keep up. That's probably not too bad, because if you've got the camera placed high up, it should be able to track the person to a certain extent. Let me show you around the PTZ functionality on the camera, and also show you the quality to expect in the daytime from this. So once you've gone into the PTZ option, you've got the ability to move the camera around by clicking the arrows. And depending how long you hold on to it, it will move a longer distance. So if I just click it once or twice, you can see it just moves very slowly. If I hold on to it for a second, it moves quicker. Then you've got an auto option, and that lets you automatically scan the area. So if I click that, you can see it spinning all the way around. And then if I click it again, it just stops in that location. Next we've got mark, and if I go in there, you can set a preset for that point. So I've created 3 down below there. So you've got left side, so clicking on that, it'll automatically go to that location. Right side goes to the other location, and then midpoint goes to the middle area. Looking in here, you can set up a patrol for this. So it will just patrol those points. And then if we come over to the left side, and then we do a zoom, a full zoom on this, so it's 5 times zoom, comes in on the area. And this is an optical zoom, so much clearer than just the standard where you just go into the area. So if I now zoom in, you can see the blades of grass on the ground there. Now if I flip the camera around sideways, and we have a look around, you can see the picture quality to expect from this. So not too bad at all. Click here, it will zoom out. And then coming out completely, that's what to expect. Now if I come a bit more to the side, see sometimes you could lose control of it like that. So it's good to have those preset locations, so you don't have to mess around too much trying to get to the location you want to be at. Now let me zoom in on those green bags over there. Now looking at this distance, you can just about make out the writing. And now if I zoom in on that, there you go, you can clearly see the writing on there. So picture quality on this is pretty good, giving you the ability to zoom in and clearly see writing in the distance. Now coming back from this, and then if I zoom out from the digital zoom, there you go, that's the distance we have from there. You can access the camera locally in your own home by going to a web browser, putting in the IP address. The username for this is admin, and the password is the password you set when you first set up the device, and it gives you access to all the functionality. So it's good having an alternative way to access the camera. Now here's the PTZ camera in action. You can see for yourself, hasn't picked me up in the field of vision yet, and now it's picked me up. Moving away, you can see it's doing a pretty good job keeping up with me as I'm walking around it. So impressed how well this performs, but obviously with fast action, it's not going to be able to keep up. There's only a certain speed it will maintain. Floodlight brightness levels are really good from here, and it's completely pitch black outside. You can see for yourself the area's well lit up, and good coverage from the lights on this. And looking directly at the lights, you can see they're very bright. Here's a test of picture quality. So I was 60 feet away from the camera. I've got a mask on, if you're wondering why, just to keep anonymous in the videos. And clarity levels, you can see with the Geek Street sign, it's very good. But running out of field of vision of the camera, you can see the camera can't keep up. Try that again. There you go. Now taking a look at nighttime footage, general clarity levels look good. You can see the tree and the grass, it's very clear, but writing on my clothes or even on the sign, you can't see that clear. And seeing my image on the screen, you can see it's all white, so it doesn't look very clear on there. That's more to do with the infrared lights on there. So that's when you're close up. But again, dodging the camera, was quite easy when I was close up. Here's some nighttime footage with floodlights, and there you go. Come on at a good distance away. You can see clarity levels on there. A bit more clearer, but again, I think the floodlights are so bright and I'm quite close to it, hence why you can't see quite clearly on there. So in summary, really impressed with this PTZ camera from Reolink. Great picture quality with its 5 megapixel camera, color night vision when using its floodlights. There's two-way audio. Floodlights can be activated when motion is detected. There's even a siren together with 5 times optical zoom. It supports 2.4 and 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi together with Ethernet connectivity. And it's pretty cool that it can also be added to an existing Reolink NVR system. So you get a lot for your money here. Negatives wise, the 5 times optical zoom is good, but it would have been nice if it could handle up to 20 times optical zoom at a minimum to give more detail. The auto tracking can be a little bit sluggish at times, so if a person was being tracked, they could easily run out of the field of vision of the camera. Nighttime clarity is good with minimal ghosting, but if you are trying to read a license plate, you may struggle, and power over Ethernet is not supported on this. So there you have it, you made it to the end of another video, and I hope it's helped anyone thinking of purchasing this. Details are in the description below, including purchasing links. If you're new to the channel, I hope you can subscribe and hit that bell icon to be informed of my next release. Don't forget to smash that like button as it really helps me out. Thanks for viewing and see you in the next one.